here we go. We start you with the Two of Swords and the Belvedere. For me, this looks like Cancer already has change coming. They already see it coming. Even though the figure in the Two of Swords is blindfolded, maybe there's still an element that there's still some unknown in the situation that you've actually kind of been waiting for change to come with. And maybe some of you are in the process of actually getting a divorce from someone who deceived you, or separating from someone in a situation where there's already been a split from someone who the deceiver is right there dead center in this spread. We've got the Seven of Swords. He is our deceiver in chief. He is someone who everything he does is about getting away with something. And so we have that energy here. Okay, now let's get back to the Two of Swords and the Belvedere. So you've made choices, and choices are coming, although some things are still unknown around the situation. Maybe if it's a divorce, there are still some things that haven't been worked out completely. But with Belvedere next to it, this says you're waiting for those developments. There are changes coming. Some of you know they're coming. And even though there's an element of unknown still coming at you, you know the change is there. You know that the end could be there. Next to it is the Ace of Swords with the Sospiri card. This is watching for change to come. One person waits, one person watches. They're both on the lookout for something to happen, for developments to be made. Some of you are already in this process. Now, if none of this resonates with you, and you're saying, well, my partner is wonderful and affectionate, and then you can go find a touchy-feely reading where everything is love and romance. But right now, we want to talk about the people that have been hurt. So there are a lot of readers who reach out and do the huggy-feely, touchy thing, and everything is sunshine and roses. For a lot of the people that follow my readings, that's not where our readings go a lot of the time. So if you're already screaming things at me, I'm very fine with you just finding another reader right now, because I'm dealing with people that are seriously in painful situations. Now, we have, and I'll get to the focus in just a second, because I know I forgot it, but we'll get to that. It all comes together anyway. The Ace of Swords is about forceful things happening quickly. If you're in the process of getting a divorce, Cancer, just know that that situation is just going to finalize quickly. If you've been waiting and watching for results, and paperwork is taking its time, or the lawyer is sitting on his hands, it's almost as if one day you're sitting and you're watching and you're just ignoring everything around you, and all you can think about is, when is this painful thing going to be over? Just know with the Ace of Swords, it brings end and beginnings. It's progress. I mean, this ace used to be a 10. That used to be the 10 of Swords. So we know that with the ace, we're bringing newness in, new things coming, changes happening. Then we have more swords, the Four of Swords, and the Giovini Fanciulla, the young, innocent woman. Some of you have been dealing with a partner, if you're a woman and you're married to a man, and that man was chasing younger women. Well, you know what? You're here, you're resting, you're taking that break, that much needed break from someone who deceived you, possibly with a younger woman. Next to the Ace of Swords, I can say that this is you taking a new step forward independently on your own, walking a new path, something that's meant just for you, new, different, possibly independent. And even though I do see there are children involved in the situation, because at the focus we have the woman with the children, the donna maritata. It can be a situation where someone has children involved in a split. The Queen of Swords, again, the Queen of Swords can also take on the characteristics of justice. She cuts things out of her life that do not suit her life anymore. She's very good at freeing herself from bad situations because she's seen the darker side of life. She's lived through pain. She's lived through agony. She's lived through the death of a spouse sometimes. This woman can be hardened by her experiences. So she doesn't hesitate to cut things out when they don't work anymore. So knowing that there was possibly somebody with, I think at the focus, at the very center rather, we've got this thief card, this deceiver, like I call him, the deceiver in chief. He's terrible. He's a horrible person. He has maybe no character. Maybe this person needs help because they're here with the dottore. Maybe this person has issues in their life where they seriously need to seek help because there are situations around them that need to come to an end. I can almost feel that those are, and I know the devil isn't here, but I can almost think of these things as addictions or just bad negative behaviors. Now, so at the focus of our concern, we have this woman and we have the children. So we know for some of you, children are involved in this split from a very negative focus. Now, we also have the Knave of Swords. More swords energy, communication at the very beginning of this period of time, and we're talking about October into November. We're really talking about a lot of communication around the situation. Messages with the messaggere, this is messages coming through, very clear messages, clear communications around an ending, around a situation in the center with the Seven of Swords, that I think we were dealing with someone who may have been mentally ill, someone who needed real medical help with emotional problems. We have the Four of Cups. This person may have been in a cycle of resisting help with the Four of Cups. But I feel it was a partner because we do have the male lover, the Lamante. And this was probably a very committed relationship at one time. But we have a committed situation with someone who refuses maybe to look at the truth of their situation and somebody has walked away, or someone refuses to accept the help that they need and someone walks away. So I really feel like these developments probably aren't going to be new to many of you. Now let's look at the Ace of Wands and the La Namica. She really talks about a partner. This is a partnership with someone who frankly is a liar, who I have to connect to this, and I get a negative female energy with this. I don't feel that this is a male partner for Cancer. I feel strongly that for some of you, you may be a Cancer man, looking at a female partner who has issues, or we could be talking about a cancer female involved with a female, or we can talk about a partner of either sex crossing over to exhibit the behaviors of this cancer individual, this water sign person. Now, I'm going to say that I seriously feel that this is a sexual addiction. This may be somebody who can't keep themselves from sleeping around, but there are many lovers. With this Ace of Wands, for me, it's a phallic symbol. It's a sign of someone maybe in a committed situation who frankly just goes out seeking penis. This is a penis seeker. This is someone who goes out looking to obtain dick to fulfill their lives. This can be a woman married to a man who is addicted to physical relationships with other men. We could run the gamut of sexual confusion on this reading, because we have someone here who may not really be in touch with who they are. Okay, this may be someone, a man out seeking female companionship. This could be a heat-seeking pussy missile here. This is somebody who just goes out looking for whatever they can obtain. And, sometimes they may even be so bold enough to bring their children into the situation. Maybe this person is bringing the children around a lover, and that could be the problem that's happening in this separation, is that someone is carelessly bringing children around a highly sexual relationship between a partner and someone who is not their significant other. I have been through this. I remember this. Okay, so we've got someone bringing the kids into a very sexually charged situation. I almost feel like we've got two people who skulk off to a bedroom for a quickie while the kids are sitting in front of a TV set while daddy or mommy is screwing the latest in the other room. So we've got real issues where someone is bringing this negative information, this negative activity around someone's children, and someone is not happy about it. Now, let's talk about the next card. So we have the Hangman and the Fortuna, the Fortune. So I think, honestly, some of you are planning, almost like plotting your next move, because you're dealing with a deception, and it's a very touchy situation because your children are involved in it. And what you really want to do is not only bring down the deceiver, but you want to bring this other person. You kind of want to drag the affair person through the mud. You really want to, if it's a mistress or something like that, you really kind of want to have a moment alone with that person, because you're feeling a little bit like you need to hold yourself back. The Hangman is saying you need to restrain. Don't go strangling anyone, okay? Don't go hanging anybody from the highest tree because they're screwing your partner. This is the need to hold yourself back, because I feel strongly somebody wants to break out of the ties that bind and really do an incredible number. I'm just going to say it that way. Somebody wants to do a number on somebody else. Fortuna, this is not the right time. This is about timing. Listen, it is not the right time to take after someone in anger because of their bold deception. Because this guy, he doesn't care who he screws. That person that he's screwing somebody behind her back or his back too. This guy has no control. So instead of blaming this woman who has no idea that she's being shit on too by this guy because he's got somebody else that neither one of you guys know about. He's a problem. You're feeling like you need to hold yourself back at this time, and that's the right way to do it. It is not the right time. If you're in the middle of a court thing right now, it is not the right time. Now we've got the Five of Cups and the Morte. So some of you actually care about this person who is full of deceit. And maybe you're thinking, God, I really loved this person, even though they kicked me in the ass every chance that they got. It's concentrating on the disappointment. Whatever disappointment that energy brought to your life, you've got to know, here is the Morte. It's over. There's a death there. That situation has to come to an end. That is a hopeless situation for someone, and it has to come to an end. Now, Spirit is saying stop looking at the disappointment now. It's time to turn around and look at what is there for you, because there's something. It's your children. It's their energy. It's their love. They don't disappoint. They just bring love. So this is the children. This is a new partner maybe. Something new happening. Because the Soul's Journey card from James Van Praagh that fell out of the deck was change. It says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So, like I said, just like with the wheel of Fortuna that moves, change also moves. It comes. It comes and it goes. The opportunity comes and then it flows again. This is us needing to flow through the energy. Leave the disappointment behind and flow through the energy. Now, we also have Sedna. Now, this is your goddess guidance for this reading. It says, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So, this is an infinite, to me, it would be an infinite supply of confidence, an infinite supply of strength, an infinite supply of wisdom. Wisdom that you have to carry through on a wheel of change. Things are changing for some of you. Like I said, bad time to go after the spouse's mistress or the spouse's boyfriend or whoever this energy is. Just know that that person probably isn't alone. So maybe you're going after the wrong energy. This says, take care of the ex. That's where the fortune lies. Patience, planning, and then put your energy where it needs to go. Because there's something fortunate about that. Change coming there too. Do I need angel answers? We're going to take a couple. All right. We want to know if this for the majority of my Cancers. Is this situation, are these two people still living together? Is this couple, this committed, and I use that term lightly, this committed partnership still living in the same home? Okay, this is saying remain positive. I almost get the feeling that these are two people that are still living together. On the bottom of the deck, the energy here is there something better for you. So I do feel that some of you are still living with a person. Maybe you're waiting for that person to change. Maybe that's what all of this waiting energy is about. This is saying you have to remain positive. There's something better. I think there's someone better because there's something that you're not seeing. There's a future there that you're just not accepting. See, in the near future. So I think there's change coming if you're still living with this person. The change is coming. There's something better. If you remain positive, you will find it in the near future. It is coming. We have the energy of choose a new direction here next. And one more. It's all up to you whether you leave or go. And that's what I mean by free will. When I talk to you guys about the energy around these readings, I can talk until my face is blue that Spirit is saying you're in a situation somewhere in your life where there's somebody deceiving you, and maybe Spirit is saying it's time to make a change in that world. It's still up to you whether or not you decide to remove yourself from that situation. Spirit is stressing again, there is a situation around my Cancers. You're waiting for change and maybe change never comes. Maybe you're sick and tired of the deceit and you're still waiting for someone to change. Well, you know what? That change may be forced upon you, just like the Death card. This is a forced death. It's a forced ending. And it doesn't mean that somebody's going to die. It says there's a situation where there's great deceit, great pain for someone. And that situation needs to end. Someone is looking too hard at the loss that they may have to go through in order to face the transformation. Just know there's a new direction. There's something better. But again, it's up to you to choose the direction to stay or to go. But you are going to be faced, for whoever is resonating with this, you're going to be faced with a change in the very near future. And that's where you need to remain positive, Cancer.